Welcome dear students. Today's topic for the video is deriving a string from a given context-free grammar. So if I want to derive a string from the given context-free grammar, I can do that in any one of the three steps. Okay, the first method is called as the leftmost derivation, also in short form written as LMD. The second method is the rightmost derivation, RMD, and the third method is called as a parse tree and sometimes called as a derivation tree. Okay, so any of the three methods if we use, we can derive the string from the context-free grammar. And if there are many ways to derive a string. Say for example, I derive a string AB for a given grammar using leftmost derivation. Using some way, I call it as a way 1. So using that way, I can do in parse tree also, same way. And if I am using a parse tree for that way, using the same parse tree, I can derive the rightmost derivation as well as leftmost derivation string. So all the three ways we can derive the same string, and one common way which we solve using parse tree, with that way we can derive the rightmost derivation as well as leftmost derivation. Now let's try to understand this with one example. Okay, now the given question is, given the context-free grammar, that is as giving AB or epsilon, A giving AB, B giving SB. Derive the string AAA, BBB, BBB using leftmost derivation, rightmost derivation and derivation tree. So now we have to derive the string. Let us start first with the writing all the rules separately. So this is how I have written all the rules separately and I have numbered them properly, so that I am using the same numbering in this methods after. Now we will try to generate the derivation tree for the given grammar. Okay, now we have a string to be accepted, that is triple A followed by 6 times B, that is given in question. Sometimes a string is given, sometimes a string is not given. So we can take any string of our choice which is obviously generated by the grammar, and then we try generating that string with all the three methods. Now let's start with the derivation tree. So I'm drawing it up here only so that we find it easy. So now I'll start with this. First I have to start with the start symbol only. So start symbol is S. So I can start with any of the two production rules, that is starting with the S. Okay, but as giving epsilon will not give me anything, so obviously I'll go with S giving AB. I cannot start with the rule number 3 and 4 because they are not start symbol. Please understand. Okay, that is a very important thing here. Now I'll start with S giving A and B. Now I want the first three symbols to be A. So I will go with the rule A, and A is giving me AB. So now I am going with rule 3 and I am getting AB. All the non-terminals I am circling, all the terminals I am not circling. So small case hai, मैंने circle नहीं किया है. Okay. Now what I am doing? Again I got the first A. I want the second A now. Okay. So what I am doing now? So here in place of B, I can use a production of B, and that is S, B. Now again S is giving me A, B, so I am going with that. Okay, so what I have done is I just solved it ahead, and here I am getting S giving. Okay, so S giving capital AB again, and capital A giving small a and then capital B. Again B giving capital S and B. S giving capital AB, A giving small a followed by capital B, B giving capital A followed by small b, and capital S giving epsilon here. So now if you just see the tree, I have got 3 A's. Now I just need to see the part of B. Already there are 3 B generated. Now I'll see and solve the other part. So now what are the non-terminals which are not yet modified? So I'll just highlight them. So I can see these are the non-terminals which are not yet modified, which are not yet solved. Okay, so we'll try solve this thing. So all this capital B are giving you capital S B, capital S B, capital S B. Now what we can do is, instead of this capital S, we can put the value of epsilon. So capital S gives epsilon. Now we can see a string, this tree is completely derived. There are no terminals, capital symbols on the leaf nodes, and that's why a tree is complete. Let's see if we derive the string properly. So we are just trying to read this tree. How do we read the tree? We obviously read this tree in the in order traversal of a tree. In order, how do we read a string? In order is basically left or then the root and then the right node. Okay, so left, parent, and then the right node. So we always start with this particular in order traversal to read this tree. Okay, now we are just trying to highlight and see whether all the in order is giving a proper sequence. So when we start with the in order, we start with the leftmost child, that is A, then we traverse to this A, then we traverse to next A, then we get this epsilon, we are not just ignoring. Okay, then I'm getting this B, then B, then B, then B, then this B, and then this B. So if I read this properly, so what is the sequence that I'm getting here as the answer? That is the string, I can say 1, 2, 3 A's and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 number of B's. So I'm getting my string properly using this derivation tree. Is derived in this derivation tree. So hope you understood this derivation tree method. Now we will solve the next two methods. Okay, so now let's start with the leftmost derivation. So for this grammar, I have just copied here on the right hand side corner just to see the reference. Now I should always start deriving any string with the start symbol S. So only two production rules are starting with start symbol S. I can start with any of the two. Those are first two. I'll start with the first one. So I can say S is giving AB. Okay. And now I will highlight or underline the leftmost non-terminal. That is a very important thing, because here it is the leftmost derivation. Who is the leftmost non-terminal here? A. So I'm underlining that, and in next step I'm solving or I'm putting the value or substituting only for A. So I have only one rule for A. Let me just put that. So I can say A is giving small a capital B and then this B as it is. So which production rule I used here? So I can say this was using production rule. Obviously that was a first production rule. So I can say using production rule 1, and in second step for A using AB I use the production rule third one. So I can say using production rule 3. Okay. Now again, who is the leftmost non-terminal? This one. So I have to underline that, otherwise it's not considered a valid solution. So whichever your value you are substituting, please highlight that or underline that. So now for this capital B, I am putting the value of that rule, that is capital B giving SB. So I can say here I am doing like this, and then this is using, so this is using rule number 4. So I am writing using production rule 4. Okay. Now I'll underline the capital symbol S, and now we will just solve it like that. Okay, so here S is giving you capital AB. Using production rule 1. So I'll solve the complete solution. Okay, so now I have just solved it ahead by using all the steps, and I have mentioned which production rule that I'm using. Okay, so this way, if we just go, the only thing that to remember is you have to write which production rule that you're using, and see, I have underlined the leftmost capital symbol in every step. So underlining the leftmost capital symbol is really very important, and then that we are substituting values in the next step that we are solving. And at the end, I have the entire string with only terminal symbols, and this is the final string that is accepted, that is A, B, 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 B. Okay, and this way we have done with the leftmost derivation. Now we'll try the rightmost derivation. Okay, so now let's start with the rightmost derivation. I'm again writing the grammar on the right hand side for my reference. Okay, you need not to do that. And now we are solving the rightmost derivation. So I start with the first rule, that is S giving AB. So here only important point to remember is, though it is a rightmost derivation, which of the following should we substituting the first? The one non-terminal that is coming on the rightmost side of the right hand side. Yeah, so who is on the rightmost of right hand side? Here I can say B. So every capital symbol that is on the rightmost will be solved first. Now here we have solved this example. If you observe properly, here we are using rightmost derivation, and what are we doing in the rightmost derivation is that every time I'm getting two capital symbols, I'm choosing the rightmost to substitute. So here I have just highlighted the rightmost capital symbol, as you can see. Okay, and this way I have derived my string completely. So you can see the string. At the end, I have all the terminal symbols in my string, and that means I can stop here, and this is exactly the same string which I have solved using leftmost derivation and the derivation tree. So this is how we solve the example. If you have any doubts, queries, please ask me in the comment box below. Thank you so much.